Hello, Vincent, and thank you for being here at the UNICEO Congress in Abu Dhabi. First of all, could you start by presenting yourself in a few words?
Great, hello. So I'm Vincent Bruneau. I'm the founder and CEO of SparkUp. SparkUp is an live interactive streaming platform for hybrid and virtual events.
Thank you. So I think in the past you have been a great magician. So could you explain the link and the transition between what you used to do in the past, so magic, and now SparkUp?
Sure. My background is a magician, so interactivity, engagement. I was working as a corporate magician. And back then, there were a huge lack of interactivity during plenary session and corporate events. And recently, I would say this is my DNA, this is the DNA of the product. And recently, things is we are doing streaming and interactivity, combining both. And most of platforms on the market are very top down. There is no engagement, poor quality video, no very long latency. And what SparkUp is doing is we are bridging the gap between interaction, engagement, and video. And this is where my background as a magician, of course, is part of the way I want to really engage participants, if they're on-site, remote, virtual, or hybrid. We really want to make that stronger.
So we can see you have many creative ideas. Could you tell us what would be the future developments of SparkUp?
Yeah, of course. I mean, big things right now is AI, of course. I'm not going to hide that to anyone. So for us, I think the merge between video, already we have in the video business on webinars, what we call repurposing, means you do your webinar, you do your event, and right after it's already set up and you can go back to it for the replay with the best moment of the event. And I think for interactivity, the great part is AI. It means you can on your chat, AI will be able to just automatically propose during the live event a smart question for the moderator. You don't have, I think AI is going to bring all the content and the data from the event more live, more interactive. We have a lot transcriptions. I think is going to really be a big thing in the future as well. And I will add to that, which doesn't look like the most important thing right now, but for us it's super important on the value of the company, is the way how we are going to reduce the carbon footprint of the streaming, because by 2030, for example, the consumption of streaming will be the size of the consumption of India, in terms of energy wise. So we have a streaming and a technology that is capable of reducing 60 to 80% of the consumption. So that's a main things for us, just to have a green streaming. We are really focusing on green streaming in the future, and AI, of course, are the two main subjects for us.
Okay. Thank you very much for this highlight. And I would answer the question with, have you been able to measure or make a correlation between the greater interaction that you propose with SparkUp with the customer's satisfaction? Is it something which is directly linked? Yeah,
so during the Congress we are talking about return on experience, ROE. I like the ROE in return on emotions. So what we are measuring is what we know for sure, it's after 5 to 10 minutes, attention decrease on the presentation, online, on site. So the question is how do you really engage participants? Attention span is terrible right now. People are multitasking. We are facing new generations, millennial generations. They're multitasking. They want just to be engaged. So how do you capture their attention? How do you keep them on the live? So what we do at SparkUp, we create a kind of SparkUp engagement methods where we just reset and restart the attention every 5 minutes. Just how do you engage people? So it could be with an audience, a live audience full on your bike. It could be just in real time measuring the non-verbal feedback shared by the people online and the people on site on the same session interacting together. And then, so the data of interactivity and the way you structure your scenarios during your event on site, online with the chat is super important. This is where you can reset and restart attentions. So we have direct data for customers that are okay, how do I engage my participant? Okay, it's about the content for sure, but it's also about just being motivated and keen to really change the way you interact. We got a client, a financial client, so we could go and say, how am I going to engage my participant? I'm doing financial report and we are doing 40 events a year. It's hey, let's just have a look at your content and just see how we are going to connect your audience with your content.
Well, thank you very much, Vincent, for this highlight. So thanks for everything.
Thank you.